Norway is an interesting country to be watching right now in the context of US China relations. Over the past few years, there have been some issues in Europe involving Chinese EVs coming over. European countries are worried that their own car companies will struggle to compete with Chinese EVs that have received money from the Chinese government. However, Norway has not been one of these countries. Actually, its buses are Chinese electric buses. Recently, the Chinese media picked up on how the Norwegian Prime Minister said that they will not be following America. They will try to have their own autonomy, especially in relation to NATO. Chinese are happy about that, but however, Norway is also trying to have its own autonomy from China. There is this region which is in the Antarctic, which is owned by Norway. 100 years ago, Norway signed a treaty that said that other countries are allowed to use the land on this island for commercial interests, but Norway still has sovereignty over this region. Some Chinese have pushed back, saying that Norway is being hypocritical, just like the European countries that are big on sustainability, but when it comes to Chinese EVs, they are not so big on sustainability. I disagree with those Chinese articles. Norway has a right to have sovereignty. And actually, I think it's quite good for countries like Norway to be pushing for their own autonomy in the context of US-China relations. Why? Because it keeps both of those countries from getting too out of hand. I think in the future, more small countries like Norway need to act like this, because now that there are two powers, or at least an emerging power, China, to compete with the United States, smaller countries have more ability to say to these countries, well, if you're not going to give us something, this other country will give us something. So what do you think about Norway? Do you know more about this? I would be very interested if you are Norwegian and have something to say. Bye-bye.